Hello and welcome to this webinar on the topic of home exercise made easy. My name is Hayley and I'm an accredited exercise physiologist and credentialed diabetes educator. This webinar aims to provide you with a practical guide to incorporating resistance exercises into your home environment with very little equipment. Before listening to this webinar, it is recommended that you listen to the Exercising Safely at Home webinar to consider your individual precautions and risks, medical conditions that might impact on your involvement, and to assess for any hazards in your home environment where your exercise is to be conducted. It is important to always seek medical clearance and guidance from your GP before engaging in any new exercise regime to discuss how this might impact on the management of your diabetes or any other chronic health condition. Firstly, I'm going to briefly cover the Australian Physical Activity Guidelines, as well as some of the safety considerations. We will also discuss if and when blood glucose monitoring is appropriate before, during, or after exercise to ensure you are keeping within your target range. Then I'm going to take you through 8 resistance exercises that you can complete at home, including demonstrations and how they might improve your overall function and independence with activities of daily living. Finally, we will discuss how you can get in touch with an accredited exercise physiologist for a more individually tailored program. Keeping in mind that the exercises I have provided in this presentation are just an example of what a home program might look like. So how much exercise should we be doing? The Australian Physical Activity Guidelines recommend that we complete aerobic exercise on most days of the week for 30 minutes and at a moderate intensity. This may include activities like walking, jogging, cycling, or swimming, and you're aiming to reach a lightly puffing intensity. So you're able to walk and talk while you're exercising, but perhaps you can't whistle a tune. On at least 2 days per week, it is also recommended that we conduct resistance or strength training, and this can be done with hand weights, stretchy bands, or your own body weight used as resistance. Not only do these 2 types of exercise help manage blood glucose levels, but they also aid in improving your overall strength and well-being, assist with weight management, and also make you feel good. Today, we're going to focus on resistance training and how you might go about including exercises into your home environment with very little equipment. As mentioned on the previous slide, you want to aim for 2 days per week, and I recommend spreading these out across the week rather than on consecutive days. 8 to 10 exercises is sufficient, and you want to perform these 8 to 10 times and 2 to 4 sets of that group of exercises. When choosing a weight, ensure it is a weight that you can lift comfortably, with the last couple of repetitions being that little bit more challenging. Remember, you can use things around your home as weights, such as cans of food or water bottles filled with water or sand. There is no need to spend a lot of money on exercise equipment. You'd be surprised what you already have available to you in the home. With regards to blood glucose monitoring, it is recommended that you speak with your GP or diabetes educator about your individual target blood glucose range. When you start a new exercise program or a new activity, it is a really good idea to check your blood glucose levels before, during, and after exercise to see how that particular activity affects your levels. By knowing how your blood glucose levels respond to exercise, you can then avoid adverse events like hypos and hypoglycemia, as well as help you better plan the type, intensity, and timing of your future exercise sessions. Keep in mind that different exercises have varying effects on your blood glucose levels. For example, low intensity exercise like walking decreases your blood glucose levels in the short and long term. Alternatively, high intensity exercise like running or resistance training can cause a short-term increase in your blood glucose levels. However, the long-term response is a general reduction in the blood glucose levels. Okay, so let's get your exercise area set up and ready to go. So first you want to find an area where you can move freely and avoid hazards like furniture, floor mats, loose electrical cords, or even pets running around. This could be a spare bedroom, it could be your lounge room, or it could even be an outdoor covered patio area, for example. Next, you will need to find a solid chair. Office chairs with wheels are not appropriate, so please don't use these. However, a dining room chair is usually a great option as it has a stable base and often no armrests or supports. The chair of your choice should allow you to sit back in the chair with your hips and knees at right angles, with your feet placed comfortably on the ground. Remember to always dress appropriately for the conditions, and closed-toe shoes and loose-fitting clothing are certainly recommended. If you have 2 cans of food or water bottles at home, you can also use these as weights during the session. It's also important to stay hydrated, so please ensure you have water close by as well. Before you start any type of exercise, it is important to warm up to best prepare your muscles for the activity you are about to participate in. Dynamic movements that get all of your joints moving through their range of movement are a great choice and will likely increase your heart rate slightly, preparing you for an increase in intensity. If you are able to go for a short walk, this is a great option, but otherwise you could include things like marching on the spot, swinging your legs back and forth, arm circles, stepping side to side, reaching up and down, and even torso rotations, just to get all of the joints up and moving. Once you feel like your muscles and joints are warm, you can then proceed with your planned exercise session. So now I'm going to take you through 8 exercises that you could perform at home. The first exercise is the sit to stand. So sitting back in your chair with your hands across your chest and feet shoulder width apart, you want to stand up from your chair by leaning forward slightly and pushing your weight evenly through both feet. Ensure that you stand up straight with a straight back before you sit down. And then you want to repeat this 10 times. You will see in the demonstration that my knees track in lines with my toes during the whole movement. This is really important to maintain correct alignment and recruitment of the muscles. This movement pattern is something we do every day. So getting up and down from the couch, in and out of the car, and even on and off the toilet. So it is a great functional exercise to maintain the strength in our legs and helps with mobilizing from a sitting to standing position. The second exercise is the wall push-up. So taking a step out from the wall with feet shoulder width apart and arms out in front, you want to lower your body towards the wall by bending your elbows and shoulders. Just before your nose touches the wall, push back evenly with both arms and repeat 10 times. Ensure that you keep your trunk rigid and strong to avoid flexing your back. This exercise works our chest and arm muscles and mimics activities of daily living like pushing up from the ground or the bed, or other pushing activities that might involve trolleys, prams, or lawnmowers. The third exercise is the upright row. So with your feet shoulder width apart and your weights in your hands, you want to lift the weights up level to your collarbone by bending your elbows. Then lower the weights down to the starting position and repeat 10 times. This exercise strengthens our upper back and shoulders, and it's a movement that we use to lift groceries and other household objects, even pulling weeds in the garden or starting the lawnmower. The fourth exercise is the hip abduction. So standing tall with your feet together and your hands supported on a chair or a bench, you want to gently lift your leg out to the side away from your body. Return to the starting position and repeat 10 times. You will see in the demonstration what the movement looks like from the front and the side. This exercise helps strengthen your hip abductors, which are the muscles responsible for lifting our leg away from our body. And we use this action every day when we step to the side, when we get out of bed, and when we get out of the car. These muscles are important and contribute to our ability to stand, walk, and rotate our legs with ease. The fifth exercise is the calf raise. So standing behind a chair with your hands resting gently on top of the chair, gently lift your heels off the floor so you're balancing on your toes or the ball of your foot. Pause for a moment, then gently lower yourself to the ground and repeat 10 times. Once you become more familiar with this exercise, you may be able to perform it standing freely without the chair. But please, in the first instance, use a chair for support. This particular exercise is great for building ankle stability and balance and helps you reach those higher cupboards when required. The sixth exercise is the bicep curl shoulder press. So you can do this exercise sitting or standing, whatever you find most comfortable. With your palms facing forward and holding the weights of your choice, you want to bend your elbows, lifting the weights up level with your shoulders. Then press your arms towards the ceiling. Then gently lower your arms back to shoulder height and then extend your elbows, lowering the weight back to the starting position. And you would repeat this 10 times. This combination exercise is great for building strength in your arms and shoulders and assists with lifting objects around the home and accessing objects above shoulder height. So for example, pots and pans that may be stored higher in the kitchen, or even retrieving your washing from the basket and then lifting it to the clothesline. This movement pattern mimics those types of activities. The seventh exercise is the front raise. So standing with your palms facing your body and weights in your hands, you want to lift both arms level with your shoulders, then gently return to the starting position. You would then repeat this 10 times. This exercise helps strengthen our shoulders and upper chest muscles and also assists with lifting objects, reaching for door handles and cupboards, as well as hanging the clothes out. And the final exercise is the torso rotations. So sitting tall in your chair with your arms across your chest, gently rotate to the left, pausing momentarily, and then rotate to the right. You would then repeat this exercise 10 times. This exercise targets the abdominal muscles and assists with improving strength of your oblique muscles, which allow you to rotate and twist. We use these muscles all the time without realizing as we move about our daily activities. Once you have completed your exercises, it is important to also cool down. So this allows gradual recovery of your pre-exercise heart rate and blood pressure and provides a great opportunity to stretch out all the muscles that you have just used. You may wish to go for a gentle walk followed by some static stretches, taking advantage of your warm, elastic-like muscles. This is when your muscles respond best to stretching. So I encourage you to include these types of stretching at the end of each session. The 8 exercises that have been demonstrated today are an example of what a home program could or might look like. Your home program should be based on an assessment of your capabilities and limitations, as well as your goals. And this is where an accredited exercise physiologist is of great benefit. They can sit down with you and provide you with an individually tailored program to help you reach your fitness goals and optimize the management of your diabetes. They can also provide you with some tips on how to keep motivated and assess your progress over time. An accredited exercise physiologist, or AEP, can be accessed under a diabetes care plan, and I encourage you to reach out to your doctors to discuss this opportunity. Currently, Medicare subsidises 5 allied health appointments per calendar year, and the accredited exercise physiologist can be included in that allied health team if appropriate. If you feel that you're ready to start an exercise program, then also check out the Bicep program. This is an 8-week physical activity and lifestyle program involving one-on-one consultation with an AEP, as well as weekly exercise and education sessions, and also some home exercise resources. It's available at no cost to NDSS registrants and is being delivered both face-to-face and online. You can call the helpline on 1-800-637-700 or check out the website for more information. We also have our Ready, Set, Go, Let's Move program, and this is a 3-hour group workshop that gives you the power and knowledge to take the first steps towards making physical activity a part of your routine. To clarify, there are no demonstrations of specific exercises during this workshop. However, you will leave with a resistance training guide, and also the potential to sort of work out what your stage of change is and what exercises might be appropriate for you. So some of the things that will be discussed are the positive effects of physical activity on blood glucose levels. There will also be opportunities to problem solve as a group to break down your barriers to becoming more active, and also create your own physical activity plan that you can follow at home. I hope that this webinar has provided you with a bit of an insight as to how you can incorporate some home exercises into the comfort of your own home environment. And I really do encourage you to touch base with the exercise physiologist for a more individualised program moving forward. So thank you very much for your attendance. If you do have any other questions, please feel free to contact us on the NDSS helpline, and the number is 1-800-637-700. Thank you.